Welcome to the Yoga Wild YouTube channel. My name is LIZA and my pronouns are she, her. The title of this class is Flow into Astavakrasana, or 8-angle pose. If you're new to our channel, please take a moment and subscribe. Know that you are supporting a local business in Tacoma, Washington, and a team of yoga teachers whose purpose is to increase access to yoga and bring people together around the values of nature, community, and yoga. This class is a short flow sequence that peaks with an arm balance Astavakrasana, or 8-angle pose. That pose requires a combination of rotational core muscle strength, inner thigh strength, hamstring flexibility, and upper body poise stability. And so we'll prepare our body for all of that in this short flow, and then we'll just go for it and see what happens. We'll start this practice on our back, so go ahead and turn onto your back on your mat and take up some space. And you can start here with your feet on the floor in front of your hips, your knees bent. Arms can rest at your sides, or you can bring your hands to your belly, connecting with your center. Just taking a few rounds of breath to settle into the moment, into your body, into your practice. And arm balances are inherently challenging, more challenging than a lot of the poses that we otherwise practice. And if we can approach arm balance from a mindset of playful, exploratory, curious, and let go of the expectation of a particular outcome, then we can enjoy the process and maybe feel surprised at the outcome. From resting on your back, go ahead and draw your right knee in towards you. Reach your arm through inner thigh to catch the outer foot, half happy baby pose. Extend your left leg long, or you can keep the foot on the floor, knee bent. If your leg is long, reach forward actively like you are standing on your left leg. Begin to pull back and down with your arm against your right leg. Take a few breaths here. Feeling the muscles of your core awaken around breath process. With your next inhalation, slide your left foot back up your mat. Place your right foot on top for figure 4. You can stay with your left foot down or lift the leg. Arm can thread between inner thighs to add the bind, fingers clasping either around your left shin or under your thigh. And your arms here, they act both to support and also gently assist in guiding you into this outer thigh stretch. Just taking a few rounds of breath here. Can you feel your shoulder blades broaden and soften down? From there, release the bind. If you have it, bring your left foot back to the ground and you'll keep the figure 4 shape. Bring your hands wider than your head, elbows widening outwards. And as you inhale, you'll lift your back body and twist, bringing left elbow to tap right knee. Rotational core activation. Exhale, come down, and we'll do that a handful more times. And come down, inhale, exhale. Inhale, 6 more times. Exhale, as you crunch up elbow to knee, maybe the knee has to move to make the contact. Inhale, come down. Exhale, crunch up. 5. Inhale for 4. Inhale for 3. Inhale for 2. Inhale, last one. Come up, make contact, and then lower down, shoulder blades released, and we'll twist. So the knees will fall to the right, and you can maintain that cross of the foot over the thigh. You can heel toe your left foot slightly out towards the left, so you have a line from hip to knee, and you're stretching the outer seam of your left hip down along the line of your thigh. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Inhale, come up through center and come back to both feet on the ground. From there, draw your left knee in towards you. Reach your arm through the inner thigh. Catch the outer foot, half happy baby pose. Right leg can extend or the foot can stay on the floor. Arm pulls back and down as your foot kicks up and out. Few rounds of breath. Again, just awakening core around breath process while working to open through this hip. Inhale, slide your right foot up the length of your mat. Place your left foot on top of the right thigh. Stay here or lift your right foot and clasp your fingers around your shin or your thigh. Figure 4. Arms supporting or gently pulling. Maintaining your left foot continuously flexed. It just triggers the muscles that support this structure in your left leg. And the collarbones broaden so you feel your shoulders smoothing out across your mat. From there, release your right foot back to the ground. Keep your foot crossed over the thigh and bring your hands wider than your head. As you inhale, you'll lift up. As you exhale, draw your elbow and knee to tap. Inhale, come down, and exhale, crunch. 6 more times like that. Inhale and exhale for 6. Inhale for 5. Inhale for 4. Inhale for 3. And for 2. And last one for 1. And then go ahead and come down. Release your arms wide. Twist. The knees falling to the left. And as your knees come to set, you can heel toe your right foot towards the right until you find a line from hip to knee. And you'll feel it when you get there. You will feel this stretch along the outer seam of your right hip and thigh. A few rounds of breath. Inhale, come back to center. Set both feet on the floor in front of your hips, and then guide both knees in towards you. Wrap your arms around your shins or backside of thighs, and begin to rock and roll forward and back the length of your spine. Next time you come forward, set your hands on the mat in front of you. Launch your legs back, downward facing dog. So like a spring as you set your feet back. Coming into downward facing dog, finding a little bit of freedom in these first breaths as you press down and forward through your hands, firming your thigh muscles up and back, maybe pedaling your feet to stretch into the back sides of either leg, or finding a little sway of your hips side to side. And especially if this is the first downward facing dog of your day or week, noticing what you notice when you get here into this pose. With your next inhalation, go ahead and land into a table pose. Place your knees right under your hips. And from there, extend your right leg straight up and back, 3-legged table. Press down through both of your hands. Firm your forearms towards the center of your mat so you feel the shoulder girdle really stable. Keep that. Take an inhalation here. As you exhale, you'll bend both elbows and you'll lower your heart down, lifting the heel up. Sunbird push-ups. Inhale, press up. And exhale, lower down. So feeling that chaturanga element in the arms. Part of our Astavakrasana pose is chaturanga. One more time, exhale, come down. And as you stay low this time in your arms, tuck your back toes, your left toes, and lift your left knee and hover that knee as you transition your hips, 3-legged downward facing dog. As you arrive, stack open your hips, bend your knee, draw your heel towards your tailbone, full breath in. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Warrior 1, plant both feet down and rise up. Press down through your feet, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, release your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers at your sacrum. Drive your knuckles down. Squeeze your shoulder blades to your spine. And as you inhale, lift your heart up. Think about lengthening, lifting yourself out of your pelvis, out of your low back. As you exhale, ripple forward the length of your spine, humble warrior. Release the crown of your head down. Anchor your right hip back. Take a full breath in. Feel your breath emerge from center space and widen out into your hips and shoulders. And as you exhale, release both hands to the ground. Lift your left heel, twist to the right. Plant your left palm down as you do. Reach your right arm up. Turn your gaze up, take a breath in. Exhale, look down at your right foot. We're gonna turn onto the pinky toe edge of the right foot and the left foot. So we're adding this kind of hippie twist into our lunge twist. Right arm will sweep over ear. The quality of side plank in the bottom side of your body. Lift your left hip, left side up, inhale. From there, exhale, turn back into your lunge. Bring your right hand to your ankle, set your left foot like warrior two, and then rise up. Left arm sweeping forward, up, and back, and the right arm extending forward. Wrap your outer right hip back and in, and feel your pelvis turn at this angle towards the top of your mat. Widen energetically across your heart, and turn open your right palm. As you inhale, reverse. Lifting up. As you exhale, side angle, forearm to thigh, or hand clasps the ankle, or catches a block. Left arm reaches towards the sky, or option, left arm reaches over ear. As you lunge a bit more forward into your right leg, maintain the inseam of your left leg really sturdy, really strong. The outer left foot pressing. And this reach away through your entire left side body. Inhale. Exhale, lizard lunge. Both hands land to the inside of your left foot. And this is like half happy baby pose flipped over. So similar work, just a new relationship to gravity. As you come into lizard lunge, rock through a cow spine. Inhale, pull up through the heart space. Turn your gaze up. And now as you exhale, hook your pelvis back. Lengthen your right leg. Hands can crawl back, staying under your shoulders. Flex your foot and ankle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stay. Come back forward in your lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and step the right foot to meet the back foot. And either stay in downward facing dog or rest in child's pose. Take a few rounds of breath to connect with what's happening in your body, where you're feeling warm, where you're feeling open, where you're feeling effects. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, go ahead and lower your knees back under your hips. And this time extend your left leg straight up and back. Three-legged table. Press down through your palms. Feel a lift of your heart up into your shoulders. Squeeze your forearms towards the midline, stabilizing. As you exhale, bend your elbows, hugging the upper arms close to the sides of your body. Inhale, press all the way up. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Now tuck the right toes, hover the right knee, press the ground away, lift yourself up, three-legged downward facing dog. Stack open your hips, bend your knee, draw your heel bone really actively towards your tailbone as you still press down and forward through both of your hands, taking a full breath in here. Exhale, step your right foot forward, plant your back foot for warrior one. Feet wide on separate tracks, arms sweeping forward and up. Shoulders lift over hips, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers the non-habitual way. So the opposite thumb on top. Drive your knuckles down as you lift up your heart. Exhale, hinge and fold forward, humble warrior. Challenge yourself to go into the lunge more deeply as you really feel the power of your right thigh building. Hold yourself here, inhale. Stay as you exhale. Release your hands to the ground. Lift your back heel, lunge twist. Plant your right hand and send your left arm towards the sky. Widen across your heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, look at your left foot, turn onto the pinky toe edge. And as you do, your back foot will wanna also turn. So allow it to. You're on the outer edges of both feet with the bottom side of your body holding like a side plank foundation. Left arm reaching over ear, an arc through your body, and a stretch in your outer left hip. Inhale. Exhale, bring yourself back into your lunge. Plant your back foot like warrior two, and then cycle your arms and your body up. Widen. Come down into your hips. Feel the amount of strength required to hold yourself up and stable. Now, can you add quality of soft over that holding? Turn open your left palm, and as you inhale, reverse, lift up out of your low back. As you exhale, both hands come down and land to the inside of your left leg. Turn your back heel high, lower your back knee down, lizard lunge, hands set under shoulders. Inhale, rock forward through a cow pose expression. Exhale, hook your pelvis back, lengthen your left leg, and maintain the muscles strong. So as you firm the muscles of your left leg, accessing the hamstring stretch, protecting our muscles as we stretch them, warming ourselves up. Inhale, come back forward in your lunge, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then step back, down dog. A few rounds of breath here, or maybe lowering down. You could just kneel in these moments or take child's pose, feeling what you feel. Inhale, from down dog, send your right leg high into the sky. Exhale, step it forward outside your hands, lizard lunge. Lower your back knee, and we'll combine here chaturanga arms with lizard lunge, and it's prep for you'll see what. So send your tailbone a bit up and back. Heel toe your right foot in, closer to your center. Slide your right hand back past your foot and hook it around to the outside of your right foot. So your upper arm is now wedged under your thigh. Set your left hand so it's equidistanced away from your right, so your arms can hold a chaturanga pose. Pull your elbows back and towards each other. Press down through your hands. Now tuck your back toes and pop off of your back knee. And can you just stay in the lunge? Feel the inner thighs hug to midline as you hold your arms in chaturanga. Pull your heart space forward so the gaze is past where you are in space. And you can stay here or reach your right arm wide, flying your left arm wide, and then hugging the inner thighs to midline, taking a breath in and letting it come down to the ground, setting the back knee down, press into your palms, send your right leg to down dog, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Lizard, adding chaturanga arms. Back knee comes down, and we're going to lift and press the sitting bones, the tailbone back. Slide the left hand back and under, heel toeing left foot more towards the center of our mats, lining things up. And as you bring your hand back, you're pressing your upper arm against your thigh. And then setting the arms to hold chaturanga, so the fingers in line, the elbows hugging back and towards each other. Tuck your back toes, pick up your back knee. Hug your inner thighs towards center. Pull your heart space forward. Stay here or get really strong in hugging inner thighs to center as you reach your left arm wide, and then maybe your right arm wide. And this could be wobbly. This could be a moment where you fall out, where you stumble. Can you bring that attitude of play into this part of practice? And set your hands down. And then step your back foot forward to a squat. So land at the top of your mat in a squat. And you can let your hips go a little side to side. And then right away, just coming into a seat on our mats. So as you take a seat, if you have blocks, you can have them close by. So I'll show variation with and without blocks. Now we're just getting right into like the nuts and bolts of the pose. Extend your left leg in front of you, and then pick up your right leg, and we'll find variation of seated pigeon here. So a couple of options. Your hands can hold around the thigh, under the knee, and the arch. Or if you have the mobility in your hip, you can wrap your elbows around, cradling your leg in your arms, interlacing your fingers, and then doing our best here, rather than C-curving our spine in this way, giving into gravity, lifting ourselves up. And it's harder work. Spreading collarbones, softening shoulder heads down our backs, taking a few rounds of breath here. feeling these essential parts of the pose as the pose themselves. So considering that we're already doing the pose in these layers that build up. From here, bring your right hand to hold the pinky toe edge of your right foot, and you'll find another variation of kind of a half happy baby pose. Compass prep. Start to pull against your leg, driving the knee back under your armpit as you still maintain this uplift of your heart. From here, you'll bring your left hand to help. So it's a helper hand. It's just going to hold your toes. And then your right hand will come under your Achilles and help hoist your leg up as your elbow shoves the thigh back. And you're trying to get your knee around your shoulder. You can also clasp around your tricep. So once you've done your best to lift it up and hoist it over your shoulder, plant your right palm down on the ground. Plant your left hand then on the other side. Start to lean a little bit forward, drag your left heel in towards you, and you're gonna pick up your left foot and cross your ankles in front of you, right? So this is like stage one, you're in the pose, ankles crossed. From there, you'll lean forward, press down through your palms, lift your bum up, draw low belly to low back. Maybe this is where you practice, where you play. From here, you can start to lean more forward as you shoot your legs out to the side, adding this twist, pulling the heart space forward and up, squeezing the elbows towards each other, firming the inner thighs together around the upper arm, and then sitting yourself down and coming out like it's no big deal, right? Second side. Who's ready? All right. Extend your right leg or press pause and get up and do something. All right, extend your right leg as you're ready. Bring your hands around to support your left leg here, or you can cradle, interlacing your fingers and then holding yourself tall, feeling the strength that's required to hold yourself tall here. A few rounds of breath. And then from there, left hand will hold the outer edge of your left foot, and this arm will drive the leg back, guiding that knee under your armpit. From there, the right hand comes to assist. It catches the top of your foot as your left hand comes under the Achilles, and this arm is working to lift the leg up and shove it back, and lift it up and shove it back. And sometimes I do that a couple of times just to get close. And then it helps to kind of pinch your knee around your arm. Set your left hand on the ground. Let me show with blocks here. So the blocks may help. For some of us, blocks are really not necessary and do not help. But giving us this extra platform, if we're feeling like our arms proportionally to our legs could use a bit of a lift. So you'll press into your hands, lean your body forward, drag your right foot in, and set it on top of your left foot. And then you'll press into your blocks as you lean forward, and you move against your back weight. So you have to counterbalance your weight, almost like a teeter-totter. As you lean forward, press down, pull your elbows towards each other, send your legs to the side, firm everything to midline, and then set it down, all the way down. And that is the pose. You flowed into Astavakrasana, or, some pieces of it. So after all of that, go ahead and meet me in Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together and your hands clasped around your ankles. Draw your heels in towards your pelvis and then begin to channel energy up the length of your spine. Lift the heart space up. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, begin to lean forward into this opening for your low back, for your hips. Your hands can continue to hold around your ankles, or you can reach your arms forward, finding a softness for your shoulders, which just did so much work for you, holding you through that flow into Astavakrasana business. So here, finding a quality of ease, counter pose to that whole practice, and resting into the opening created in our hips, around our pelvis. Just a few rounds of breath to ground our energy. Feel some of that energy dissipate. Inhale, gazing forward, lifting your elbows if they're touching the ground, walking your hands slowly in towards you. And then bringing your hands under your thighs, setting your inner thighs together. And here, we'll wrap our arms around the front sides of our shins. We're giving ourselves just a gentle embrace. And we'll release our forehead to our knees, rounding our spine. Breathe into your back body. Soften around each breath out. And from here, if you would like to rest on your back and take a few moments to pause and linger in Shavasana and feel the effects of that short sequence, please go ahead and pause the video and offer yourself that bit of rest. Hi, I'm Liza. Thank you so much for joining me for that practice. If you enjoyed breaking down that arm balance, would like to see another similar class, let us know in the comments. If you are curious about transitioning from that pose into another arm balance, then you can check out my other class called 3 Entries into Ekapada Kundinasana 2, or Flying Splits. Thank you.